I did a video showing a young man whose social media content is him discussing politics with his MAGA parents. And I talked about how I was glad that my father did not live to see the era of Trumpism. And the more I watch this gentleman's content, the more I feel sorry for him, the more it becomes clear to other people who do not get a chance to experience this how impossible it is to change the minds of MAGA members that exist within your own circle, especially your very close circle like your parents. And it shows the level of brainwashing that Trumpism has levied on our older family members, some younger family members, but predominantly our older family members. I'm going to show you some of this gentleman's footage. It is stunning, the conversations he has with his parents. Watch these clips.
There are no transgender mice. This is like, for me, I know that
people will exterminate themselves.
There's a big disconnect between what you think is real and what we think is real and what is actually real. The left can go crazy, the right can go crazy, but a big part of why I think it's hard for us to see any common ground is transgender mice is like a part of it. You think this is real.
Yes.
What it actually is transgenic mice. The exact amount of money Donald Trump was talking about was being paid to scientists to use transgenic mice. These are mice that they insert new DNA into to use in studies for cancer, genetic diseases, all kinds of stuff.
Of course, all that good stuff.
You don't think cancer should be researched?
Not on transgender mice.
I've literally had cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, now don't play the cancer.
So that $500,000 they donated to some mouse research really saved your deal, didn't it?
It saved my deal. I mean, I'm sitting here, aren't I?
Just that first clip alone, does that not blow your mind? Their kid had cancer. He's sitting there going, fucking transgender mice research. I'm going to be doing another video responding to a gentleman who left a comment on one of my videos talking about how the money that was spent on the cancer research with these transgenic mice was a waste of money. Here, his own parents are saying this. Oh, it really saved your deal. And then the mom, oh, don't play the cancer card. I got to be honest with you. How the fuck this guy still talks to his parents is beyond me. He's a much better person. Because this isn't just, at this point in time, a difference in agreement. Don't play the cancer card? Did he or did he not have cancer, Mom? Did cancer research participate, aid in the medical treatment that he got to keep him alive to this day? Are you fucking kidding me? Here are some more clips.
Dad, do you think that Trump should be able to override the Constitution?
He's not overriding the Constitution. 14th Amendment was put in place to let blacks have babies free on the soil. It has nothing to do with the illegal aliens. Therefore, the 14th Amendment does not apply to this situation.
It 100% does, so much so that a judge in Seattle halted the executive order.
Not.
Then how did this judge in Seattle come to that conclusion?
It was put in place for black slaves to have their kids stay here on the soil. It has nothing to do with the illegal aliens, and they are all banned from my country.
Okay, well, you're wrong about that, and a judge disagrees with you.
Well, I'm not wrong about that. You are. And you're going to find that out as soon as it starts going through the courts.
So you think that all of these courts, especially this one in Seattle who halted the act, saying it's unconstitutional.
Yeah, they're going to reverse it.
Okay. So you believe you know more about the 14th Amendment and constitutional law than a judge?
Yes.
All right. Mom, you also kind of revere the Constitution, right?
I'm all confused now, actually, because I don't know what he's talking about.
Dad, do you think we should still have free press? This is, of course, an amendment in the Constitution. It's enshrined in your sacred Constitution.
Because it's woke.
But it's part of the Constitution.
No. Being woke isn't.
freedom of the press is part of the Constitution. It's one of the amendments.
We didn't have freedom of the press for the last 8 years. So what's different?
What is different is this president
The difference
is excluding.
You don't control it anymore.
No.
And it pisses you off.
Biden never excluded
No
any
one
press
controls the
outlets.
press.
Yeah, you're right.
Bullshit.
Guess what? He didn't do that. He just didn't answer. He'd look and go,
That's fine. All politicians do that. Trump.
Woman had probably 30 press conferences where she didn't answer a single question.
That's fine. Trump can do that too.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom of the press means you invite all the press to come cover the White House.
You've said enough. Your credibility is zero.
How is my credibility zero?
Because you don't listen.
I don't know what is going on in Pop's mind there. I can tell you this. It has been my experience when people refer to black people as blacks or the blacks. It's typically an indicator of some underlying racism. To say that we shouldn't have freedom of the press because it's woke is insane. To say that we haven't had freedom of the press for the past 8 years would insinuate that under the first 4 years of Donald Trump, we did not have freedom of the press. And to the young man who is having these conversations with his parents, A, good on you for having the hard conversations with the older generation that need to be had. B, good on you for continuing to beat your head against this particular wall. I'd love to have you on my live. I do a regular live on Tuesday nights over on YouTube. I'd love to set up something to have you on the live so we could discuss this. And to everybody else who has not had the opportunity to experience this with an elderly person in their life, especially a parent, right? So my father spent the last 4 years of his life living here in this room, and my wife and I took care of him, and we had a lot of differing opinions. Oddly enough, he was an extraordinarily progressive man. In his views, he wanted Medicare for all. He didn't care who was sleeping with who. He thought we should tax the corporations, so forth and so on. But the racism and sexism is what overtook his brain, and that was the reason why he couldn't bring himself to vote for Barack Obama. And had he been alive, he would have never voted for Hillary Clinton. So this is what it's like. This is the insanity that exists in the minds of our parents who are being brainwashed by the likes of Fox News and Newsmax. This is what it's like.